Hey guys, Rob here. As some of you may know, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, and since we're fast approaching a technocratic dystopia and will soon be beholden to our AI overlords, I decided to make the most of the time we do have, whilst we are still masters of AI, not the other way around. Today I'm using Sora, the AI video generation tool, in an attempt to create live action versions of Dragon Ball Z characters, mostly to see if I can do a better job than Dragon Ball Evolution. By the way, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe. Thank you. At first I was under the impression that, similarly to how ChatGPT won't generate images of copyrighted characters, that the same rules would apply to Sora. Whilst editing this video, I discovered that I am completely wrong about this. Apparently, ChatGPT will now generate images of copyrighted characters. Last time I used it, this wasn't the case, and I kept getting error messages. So, enjoy the rest of the video. So my first attempt was to generate a real-world version of Goku by typing in a prompt that described Goku without mentioning him by name. Also, forgive me for using the term airbending in the prompt, I thought it might help the AI understand what I meant. From this prompt, I got these two videos, and I was somewhat impressed with the results, but obviously it wasn't close enough to actually being Goku in real life. I then decided to try and improve the video by adding some small details in an attempt to make it look like he was firing a Kamehameha wave, and this is what I got. Out of curiosity, I decided to see if Sora would generate a video of Goku vs Vegeta, and the results were mixed. Not perfect. In this one, it looks like Vegeta has fused with Frieza and Goku transforms into Yamcha halfway through his attack. And in this one, Vegeta, who for some reason is a lot taller than Goku, is in Super Saiyan Blue. And Goku is doing perhaps the most impressive contortionist act I have ever seen. This little experiment told me one thing though, that the AI has no problem generating videos of copyrighted characters. Huzzah! Nobody tell Toei Animation about this. Let's try this prompt then. Goku in real life, standing outside his house, waiting cautiously. Surely nothing can go wrong here, and I've asked Sora to generate the real life version in the hopes of getting a live action version. Well, okay. It generated Goku, but this isn't a real life Goku like I was asking for. It's animated, and whilst it looks like a fitting tribute to the real thing, it's more akin to what you'd expect from an RPG video game than the original series. Clearly Sora didn't understand what I meant by real life. We'll try again and clarify this time. Goku in real life, like a live action version of Goku as a real person standing outside his house on Mount Paozu, waiting cautiously. I typed in the prompt, and he's animated again. And he's standing, and he's looking, and he's getting in the way of his own shot, and he's being dragged away to the void as the clone Goku takes his place. And in this other one that it generated, the world around him looks slightly more realistic, but Goku himself is still animated and has a strange beauty spot that I don't remember him having. Undeterred, I try again, this time with increasing specificity. Generate a video of what Goku would look like in the real world if he wasn't an animated manga character, but rather a person in our world. He should be standing outside his house in Mount Paozu, smiling playfully, not animated. Surely there's no way that the AI could possibly mess that one up. And the AI messed it up. It's then that I started thinking outside of the box. Apparently, AI can't envision Goku as anything other than an animated character. But what it might be able to envision is what an actor playing Goku in a movie might look like. It can't look any less faithful to the series than the Justin Chatwin version did, so surely this is going to work. I asked Sora to generate a video of an actor playing the role of Goku in a live action adaptation of Dragon Ball Z. He realises he actually has Goku's powers and fires a Kamehameha wave. And finally we have something here. Kind of. I mean, the hair still looks kind of animated and unrealistic, but then again, it's a hard hairstyle to recreate in the real world. And in this still frame, when I pause the video, it looks almost convincing. However, when I play the video, which was the first of the two it generated, I mean, just have a look. So here we have Goku walking on the film set, and he's falling, and energy is released, and now we cut to the best shot of the video. Now for some reason, his orange gi looks different, and he's harnessing energy, and now he's Super Saiyan and in different clothes entirely, and his hair doesn't accurately reflect Super Saiyan at all. It's sort of just been turned blonde, with no extra lift, and there's a final shot of him descending onto the movie set with a back full of sparkles. Good attempt, all things considered. I'm not being massively detailed in the prompts, and AI is known for its little mishaps here and there. The second video it generated from this prompt is a little more bizarre. This time it takes place in the Rocky Mountains that we see many epic battles take place in Dragon Ball. Goku is looking over at Goku, who is realizing how powerful he is, and then Goku appears from a portal from another dimension and lands and begins doing a squatted slide on both feet. Honestly, that's a lot closer to what I anticipated. Let's see if I can turn him Super Saiyan or not with this next prompt. An actor playing the role of Goku in a live-action adaptation of Dragon Ball Z accidentally turns Super Saiyan for real on set and flies away, and we have gotten weird with this one. So, the first video it generated shows Goku flying the way that I fly in my dreams. He takes off briefly, floats, and seems to struggle to maintain it. If it wasn't for the weird dance moves that he attempts, this actually wouldn't be that bad. What I also don't understand is how in all the other generated clips, Goku was Asian, but in this one, he looks like a young lad who works in my local Tesco. But I like the idea of him moving in and out of Super Saiyan whilst getting used to it. The other video that this prompt generated, I have no answers for. He has the golden aura of a Super Saiyan, and his hair seems spikier than usual. But instead of transforming, he once again performs an extremely impressive act of contortionist dancing, and even does a little curtsy at the end like a classy lady. Okay, I'm done with Goku. Let's get the prince on the scene. I have no idea why, but my first idea of what to do with Vegeta was to have him get a beer with Goku on set. I had been awake for about 20 hours at that point, so don't expect an explanation for that. Okay, what has science done? This is beyond a tragedy, and I'm almost disgusted with myself for having any part of this. The first video has Goku walking along with somebody who is definitely not Vegeta, and briefly shows a golden glow of energy that is apparently just there, floating, and it comes from neither of them. The guy supposed to be Vegeta is wearing a gold chain for some reason, and they both look kind of depressed about something briefly, and not Vegeta ends it by drinking a cold one. And the next one is really bizarre. Goku looks somewhat more convincing here, but he's walking along with somebody who looks like a character that should have been in the Dragon Ball AF version of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 that I recently reviewed. They're walking along, and then this strange character's head, and only their head, starts to turn Super Saiyan. Then what we have is a kind of cool looking Vegeta drinking a beer with a straw, but for some reason he's wearing Goku's outfit. That would be the weirdest part of the scene if Vegeta didn't spontaneously conjure a new head to drink his beer with. This guy here is exactly how I would react. Not like screaming, just standing there with his hand in his pocket that doesn't exist, wondering why the conjuring of a new head was necessary to enjoy a simple alcoholic beverage. I thought, with hindsight, that my vision of Goku and Vegeta getting a beer was a little bit optimistic for the AI. So I decided to go with a far more simple prompt that has just Vegeta staring into the camera menacingly, with the hopes that generating this guy just standing there would be less of a challenge, and for goodness sake, we're back to animation. Although, I have to admit, it looks kinda cool. It's not at all what I asked for, but it's not bad. At this point, the AI had annoyed me. So I decided to give it a monumental task that would stress the AI out the way that it has stressed me out, as revenge. I wrote a prompt that said this: an actor playing Goku, an actor playing Vegeta, an actor playing Krillin, an actor playing Piccolo, and an actor playing Majin Buu, in a live-action adaptation of Dragon Ball Z, have to defend the movie set against an alien invasion from Zurg from Buzz Lightyear, who has an army of Charmanders descending upon the set. The film crew are in utter panic, except for one film crew member who is Benjamin Franklin and has just discovered electricity with a lightning rod. Benjamin Franklin is riding a horse. Take that, machine overlords! I waited patiently, with fear in my heart at what I may have just created. I'm somewhat tired of waiting patiently, which brings us to today's sponsor. Just kidding, this is my second YouTube video. Do you really think I have a sponsor? No. Give us a like though. Okay, what I got here was what can only be described as an incomprehensible mess. There is actually too much going on to even interpret what any of this could possibly mean. Although, is that some sort of jacked Lord Beerus in the sky in this one? Also, somehow, in the second clip they generated, they decided to put Goku on horseback, dressed in a sort of 17 or 1800s clothing, and to be honest, it goes kinda hard. No wonder this guy is having some sort of nervous breakdown next to him. I really wanted to see what AI's interpretation of a live-action Majin Buu would be like, so I decided to give it a go with this prompt. An actor playing Majin Buu in real life, live-action adaptation of Dragon Ball Z, quietly waits on set whilst the film crew sets up. I figured this wouldn't be too complicated and hoped and prayed that the AI would give me a realistic looking Buu as opposed to defaulting to animation once again. Surely the AI can't get this wrong. I said actor, real life, live action. Okay, I'm done. I am done with this. This isn't working out for me, guys. It's only my second video and I may have already tortured myself out of doing YouTube. The first Buu just looks like a generic alien wearing Saiyan armor who happens to have Buu's long antenna thing. And the second one, well, it looks a little more like Buu and even has the cape, but looks more like a pro wrestler in a Star Trek series than anything else. Well guys, I really tried. I'm sorry. The technology doesn't allow me to make a full live-action Dragon Ball Z movie just yet, but still, it is kind of scary how good some of it is, especially considering how little I know with regards to using it. I have barely any experience with AI, if that wasn't obvious, and I managed to make some things that briefly looked like they could be from a movie, even if most of it was hot garbage. If you know a better way of doing this, that I could get better results, or maybe you know a better way of writing prompts, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will happily subject myself to more of the horrors of this technology in another video. But for now, that's all from me. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.